Hello, I'm so sorry you weren't able to join us for the parent meeting the other night. I do appreciate you watching this video so I can catch you up on all the information that you'll need to know for being part of one of our contest choirs this year. Again, thank you for supporting your student and the MacArthur choir program. Most of our information can be found on the choir website, so let me give you a quick walkthrough of that. Here's our lovely website. You can also get to it if you Google MacArthur Choir. We are the top hit on Google, so you should be able to also get it that way if you forget. We're at the main page, so if we scroll down here, at the bottom you can see our choir calendar for this year and our choir handbook. The calendar is going to be really important because all of our major dates are going to be on this calendar. We've already passed July and August, so September 1st is when auditions open for one of our groups, and our Letterman measuring got moved to September 6th, so fix that while I'm here. It's gotten bold, things that apply to all the choirs. So it is important that you know what choir your student is in. If they're in second period, they're in a cappella. If they're in sixth, they're in flight. If they're in seventh, they're in conclave. If you'll notice, a cappella does have the most things as our varsity mixed ensemble. But all groups participate in the UIL competitions, and all the contests we do are open to those students, especially the individual contests. So you'll see UIL concert and sight reading contest applies to everyone. Our big concerts apply to all choirs. But then like our cluster concert applies to a cappella. So this is a really good thing for you to have a nice overview of the year and to double check any dates that your student may not be sure about when they're sharing information to you. In our next one, if your student is doing all-state contest, and I just sent an email out about that with some of the details about the contest. Here's everything they need to be part of that competition and to be successful at it. So they can find copies of the sheet music, tracks to practice with, and notes from the all-state directors on how that music needs to be performed, where to read, things like that. It says a cappella rehearsal calendar. I may need to change that, but it has a more detailed breakdown of our calendar on a month-by-month basis. This is August and September. Notice we have all-state treble rehearsal on Wednesdays. It also includes things like choir tutoring. Choir does have a tutoring program. Students who are struggling in a specific subject we have an officer in the choir program who handles all of our tutoring things. So if they're struggling, they'll match them up with someone who's already passed that class and was good at that subject and maybe sells their notes and can help walk them through that. So we have like an official choir tutoring day on September 14th after school. We'll have snacks. There'll be students there who can help with various subjects. We do want to just make sure everyone's keeping their grades up, passing their classes, and we want to facilitate that for all of our students as much as possible. Grades only count for the individual contests. They don't need to be passing to participate in UIL concert and sight reading, but your students' grades and them graduating is still very important to us. So we want to help make sure that happens. And choir is a 9 through 12 organization, so we have students who took it, passed it, did well at it, can help with that. You can also find, more detailed dates of when rehearsals and things are, and we have social events on this calendar. Here we just have some quick bios of myself and Mr. Blanco. If you can't find our email, they are listed on the director page. Also, we have a MacArthur Booster program, which I will talk more about in just a second. Going back to our slideshow, choir fees. So obviously the cost of things has increased. We have kept our choir fee as low as we humanly can. So if you are in flight or conclave, again, that's 6th or 7th period, the choir fee is $30. That covers your t-shirt and other costs we have during the year for like buses and music and things like that. Acapellas this year is actually higher because we will be doing polos in acapella. Once they have their polo, they do not need to purchase it again. But we do offer opportunities to pay for their choir fee through fundraisers. And I do have one slide on here that I'll leave up for a second. If you would like to pay your choir fee through Venmo or Cash App, we do have that information that I'll get through in just a second. This is our choir president, our choir booster president's Venmo and Cash App, who will be doing fees through our Booster Club, which is a tax-exempt 501c3 organization, which I would love for all of you to join. The more parents we have, the more we can do for our students. If you are going to send your choir fee to Venmo or Cash App, please make sure you make a note of the student's name and what period they are in for choir, so we know, if you paid $30 but they're in a cappella, it would still be $30 to buy the polo and meet that cost. So I'll leave this up for just a second so you can pause or whatever you need to do if you are paying through Venmo or Cash App. All right. So, Booster Club. What is a Booster Club? A Booster Club is an organization that is not part of the school district, but supports an organization within the school district. Our band has a Booster Club. Most of the sports should have a Booster Club. I would absolutely like to thank our current Booster members for helping us get fully situated as an organization. We've done our IRS tax filings for tax exemption. We are, meeting all of our requirements to stay a nonprofit, but it is an organized way for parents to support the program. It also enables us to have a lot more flexibility, because when I put a request in to purchase something through the school district, it takes a month and a half. But a Booster Club can just go purchase it after they vote to approve it, which will have monthly meetings. But if there's something last minute, we can reach out to the officers and they can approve a purchase that we need immediately. So if you are interested in joining our Booster Club, there we go. Please join us at our booster meeting on September 12th at 6:15 p.m. in MacArthur High School Choir Room. Lisa Galvan is our choir booster president. If you weren't at the meeting, you weren't able to give your information to her directly, but if you are interested at all, please join us at the meeting on 9/12, 6:15 in the choir room. We can't do what we do without the support of parents, and if you cannot give of your time, I completely understand, but we do ask that you give of things. Then we'll have a number of social events and bags of chips, waters for the kids, stuff like that goes a long way to help our program and do what we need to do and make it cost effective for the students involved. Disney trip. We are in the process of getting approved with the school district to take a trip to Disney in June. It would be after graduation in June. I can't give out all the details now because we do have to wait for final approval with the district. But just as a heads up, the cost estimate would be between $1,200 and $1,500. We would be flying there, and I believe we'd be staying for 4 days in Disney World in Florida. So just so you can kind of have that in the back of your head and start saving up if you would be interested in going, it would be the choir, the band, and the orchestra organizations traveling together, because the more people we can take, the cheaper we can make it for you. Okay, so this last bit, obviously you're not here in person, so I will just tell you we are sending forms home with all of the students. There are 3 forms. And I don't have them on hand, but one of them is the fundraiser permission form, which lets students fundraise. In about 2 weeks, we will start our fall fundraiser. Students can pay their choir fee through the fundraiser. Obviously prices have increased for certain things, and that is also true of our fundraisers. So each box we will give $15 credit to the student for their choir fee. So if they sell 2 boxes, that's their $30 fee. If they sell 1 box, they can pay $15 for their choir fee and they're done. Obviously that's a little harder for a cappella since they are going to have a higher cost, but if there is a hard financial concern, that's something we can talk about. And we also have fundraisers later on in the year that they can use to help pay off their choir fee. I always want to give students the ability to pay for things, not necessarily out of pocket if that is a need. If you can just pay the $60 or pay the $30, that's fantastic, and we really appreciate that. And the sooner the better, because we do need that money to help operate the program. Also, one of the forms you'll receive is our permission to travel. Please do complete the medical information. Students cannot get on a bus without a travel form. That's just district policy. There's also a media release. I believe it's titled Directory Information Release. If we have permission to post pictures that have your student in them, that form is what we need. So if we have a picture and we don't have that form for your student and we put it on Twitter, we'll have to put a black circle over their face or something like that. But so just when you're looking at that form, Directory Information Release is releasing the name of your student with a picture of them. So that gives us permission to post on Twitter and other social media and other publicity things within the district. And that's all 3 forms, so the sooner we can get those back, the better. We'd really like those back in this coming week. So those will be going home yesterday and today, which is September 1st, so as soon as possible. And that last bit was just for booster sign up. But again, if you are interested, please join us on September 12th at 6:15 p.m. at MacArthur High School. And I believe that is the entire presentation. If you have any additional questions, feel free to send me an email. My email is a little complicated, laudavis01@irvingisd.net. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm looking forward to a great year with your students. Have a good one.